Hi guys, Puddin here with a game for you in my Tier 10 infamous Torp spammer, the Shimakaze. Now, my captain skills are Preventative Maintenance, Adrenaline Rush, Last Stand, Survivability Expert, Torpedo Reload Expertise, Radio Position Finder, and Concealment. My modules are Protect My Main Batteries, Better Dispersion, Fast Reloading Torps, Protect My Engines, Faster rudder shift, and of course more concealment. Now I believe the name of this map is Sea of Fortune, and I believe the best option, at least for randoms, is actually B and C. A usually turns into a you go in, nobody really ever pushes out because nobody wants to be the guy who comes out broadside to everybody and just take the massive hits. Now, usually I am a big believer in you go where the team is, but the other thing is, if you don't feel comfortable going somewhere, tell people, I just don't like it, I'm not going to go there, I'm going to go somewhere else. Now, as you can see, a lot of our team is going to A, and I'm telling them, no, going to see it's a better option, and if all you guys want to go there, fine, but as you can see, some of the guys are going to see, so I'm going to do everything I can to support them. Our Kaba does turn around and says, hey, I'm gonna follow the Shimmy. Now, really, my plan is whenever there is a Kaba and I am in another destroyer, I will try to drop smoke for them and spot for them. I will do whatever I can to help them piss off the world, because, that is a Kaba's job. Piss everybody off. My job is to, torp everybody and piss them off by all my torpedoes. But I'm going to do everything I can to set up my team at sea to maximize their potential to do well. I'm going to do everything I can to help them, and I'm going to try to set them up for success and set the enemy up for failure. So Torp's where I think they're going to be. I hit my speed boost and I hit my smoke. The reason I hit my speed boost when I smoke is because I want to give the biggest cloud possible. I am laying this down for the Kaba. It is his choice whether or not he wants to use it. And I wouldn't argue with him either way. I did not expect the gearing to be in that spot, which is why I started at that island to protect him from torpedoes. I thought he'd be a little bit more by the island at sea, but as you can see, he is not. Now, we outnumber these guys at sea. There's three of them. There's the gearing, there's the Hindenburg, there's the Yamato. There is myself, the Kaba, two ships behind the Kaba, and two battleships. So that's 6 of us. Now, that's pretty much 2v1 for all of these guys to be able to handle. I'm just trying to deny the enemy getting this cap because we did have a first, and as you can see, prior to all the ships losing, we did have the ship count. Now, I'm not 100% sure where the gearing is, but what I want to do is back up to see any torpedoes, because any good destroyer is going to send torpedoes to a smoke cloud. Luckily for me, I'm able to stop my reverse, pull forward, avoid the torps, spot the torpedoes for the Kaba, so he knows what to do. Now, I notice I'm 2.5 kilometers from the gearing. I noticed that, a couple of my shells are still getting through, so I might as well take the shots. I did have AP loaded in hopes that I was going to see them broadside. Now, I noticed that people were able to shoot and hit the gentleman, so what I'm going to do to minimize me taking damage, or at least I hope so, I'm going to use these rocks and this burning carcass of a ship to proximity spot the gearing, just keep him spotted, and let somebody else do the damage. I don't need to do the damage. I just need to keep this guy spotted, and the gearing will die. Now, unfortunately, the Hindenburg is a little bit too close for my liking. He's able to get shots in, but as you can see, he is missing some of these, and now he's getting rounds on target. He's dialed in his accuracy, so I'm just slowly backing up. I'm not going to put the fire out because, well, I kind of don't want to. He's still shooting. And I'm just thinking, oh, come on, guys, just finish this guy off. And they don't get him. I'm going to hit my damage, hit my repair party, get the fires out. People are still kind of taking blind shots in, and I just say, you know what, the hell with it. I'm going in. This guy needs to die because, well, oh no. Gering's got torpedoes. He could torpedo us. What are we going to do for the next minute and 30 seconds while he's reloading the torpedoes? Run away. Luckily for me, my one shell comes in and hits him. Now I know I'm spotted. I know I have a 20-second debuff to my spotting range. So just going to kind of slow down. Maybe throw off this guy's aim a little bit. But I do want to get the cap. I'm not going to waste my smoke because I only have 3 of them. If I had Superintendent, I'd probably be a little bit more liberal with my smoke uses. I do not, which means I'm running the premium consumables. So I kind of pick and choose when I want to use them. Now, see, if the Kurfürst in Iowa just kind of pushed in, I believe it is a Bismarck here also, just would have pushed in, the Goering would have been dead a lot sooner. But, you know, people are afraid of his torpedoes, and maybe he was using that fear of these guys getting Torp to his advantage. Hit my speed boost because I want to get this Missouri, because I'm thinking, you know, the Yamato can hit him, overmatch his bow, but I believe the Yamato's got other problems. But what I'm thinking is to give our Iowa and Kurfürst a better chance to live, get them back into this fight sooner. Let me smoke up this Missouri, who should have broadside shots in on the Yamato. While they are still at range, it's still broadside. The guy's slowing down. I hit my smoke, going a little bit too fast, which is why I had to slow down to make this turn. And the Missouri's guns are looking the other way. Fine, you know what, but I'm going to set this guy up, you know, for his best possible chance for success versus the ships, you know, that that I can see. Sorry about that, guys. In the hopes that this guy will say, "Oh, look, a broadside battleship. Let me take shots in on it." The Hindenburg's in the area too, and I'm hoping that maybe he will deal with that. But I'm setting that gentleman up to do his best against any of these targets, and that he could see, or possibly the Hindenburg and or Yamato. He's in cover. They can't see him. So, you know what? I'm glad he used my smoke. I just wish, I kind of wish right now I would know if he's hitting the Yamato. I'm going to suspect he is because there's really no other targets for him to hit. Now all I want to do is protect B here. Now there is a large cluster of ships. I am actually aimed on the Alabama. Notice that these Torps really aren't going to hit him, but you know what? There's 2 ships behind him. Maybe my torpedoes will hit somebody else. Most people don't assume you're dropping Torps behind the lead ship. They usually assume you're dropping Torps on the lead ship. Gonna send them anyways, and you know what? Hope for the best. I know some of these Torps were gonna be hit by the island, but I don't care. I just want to get some through to scare the guys away from coming through the channel. Has 2 torpedo hits, and boom, devastating strike. There goes Baltimore. Prayers were answered. Goodbye, radar. Now, I really don't want to go chase down a Yamato because, well, it's a colossal waste of my time. It's too far. There's 3 ships chasing him. the model just doesn't have long for the life. But I do believe these guys are chasing him smart. Nobody's horrendously out of position yet. Now, while the Iowa and Kerfurst might have been able to get in better positions, they still haven't gone past the D line. Now, I at the time did not realize my AA was turned on. I was trying to hope for this guy to get all broadside torpedoes in on him, and then my gun starts shooting, and I go, crap. Now I know he's here. So what do I want this guy to do? Well, I see a battleship in C. So what I want to do is I want to pop my smoke, and I'm doing this for a reason. I want to guarantee that this guy's hydro's on. Doing this for several reasons. One, his options, which obviously his choices were made prior to that because he saw him turning because of the plane. But his options were to continue sailing broadside, eat all my torps, die, or beach himself, eat a few torps, take some damage, but remain broadside to the battleships that were at sea. Now, fortunate for me, this worked out in my favor. I had an escape route to where he couldn't hit me. There were no secondaries that could get on me, and it looked like his damage control party was down. I was kind of hoping for the torps, sit behind the smoke, shoot at him, get a fire, if nobody else could finish him off. But the flood did get him. And, you could say, oh, look, oh, what an idiot, he smoked up, knowing that the German battleship had hydro. I was using that to my advantage. Knowing your ships and knowing what modules or what consumables they have you can use to your advantage and to their disadvantage. But like I said, he had kind of made up his mind when I got spotted by the plane to turn. But like I said, I wanted to guarantee that his hydro was running to ensure that he was going to turn that way. I did want my torpedoes to be spotted because I kind of knew what the way he was turning in, he was going to eat some. It wasn't going to be the outright deletion, but it was going to be a massive amount of his health. Now, I believe the Iowa actually beached himself, but the way the Kerfurst, I believe it was the Kerfurst, should have handled the situation was, and I'm going to give the Iowa the benefit of the doubt, not that he beached himself, but the way he's going. See, immediately saw me stop reverse. Because of where I was, most of my torps would have missed. It probably would have only ate one or two. He should have sat in that channel and just tried to take B or hold B that way. Now, if he would have done that, I was going to do what I'm going to do now. Is let the guys at sea shoot at him, keep his guns occupied, come around from behind, and then torp him. It's a sticky situation coming out of A, which is why I don't like to go in it. This Iowa's in a bad spot. He knows I'm here. He has to come out broadside to all these guys, and you just see him take massive hits. What's he going to do now? Stop? Reverse? He's still broadside to all these guys. He knows there's a DD in the area. Doesn't know exactly where I'm at, but he knows I'm here somewhere. Now he knows exactly where I'm at. So if he did reverse, he's going to reverse in. To me, if he goes forward, he goes forward to the enemy, to the friendly fleet, and just dies to that. Now, I wasn't too worried about really resetting the Iowa on B because they get B, whatever, don't care. I'm taking A from them. We're going to maintain the cap advantage. Even if the ships are equal, even if we did lose one, we have the cap advantage. Now, the reason I kind of start shooting is twofold. One, I know the island in front of me is covering me from the Alabama, but the enemy DDs are not in the area. Now, the reason I shot prior to actually getting targets on this guy is because I was hoping my guns would be elevated enough to where they would shoot over like that and have so many shells land early. Even if it's just one, it only takes one to set the fires. But you know what? If I can shoot this guy without obviously being in smoke, but remain hidden, I'm going to shoot him. I'm only going to send 2 of my tubes because I'm going to assume this guy is a competent player. There's a DD shooting, DD not shooting. He dropped his torpedoes. I'm going to drop my second ones on where I think this guy is. Now the other thing, I probably should have said this earlier, I am running the 12-kilometer Torps. I really did try to do everything to get a 20-kilometer game where I did fairly decent and show you guys that the 20 kilometers still work, but it's very, very, very difficult to get them to work without torpedo acceleration, and it's just too costly of a skill for me because I do like to move this guy around. Get a fire on the Alabama. The Torps, you know what? The Torps did their job. Now, I sent them, like I said, for 2 reasons. One, if this guy continues to sail forward, he's going to eat them all. He's going to die. He sees them. He either turns in or turns out. Either way, he's turning. He's going to be broadside to the battleships, and they are in a position to outright punish him. Looks like the enemy capped C, but more importantly, that looks like the DDs are going to be out of the fight for a little bit. They're not going to be in a position to really help their battleships. The scores are winding down. I know I'm taking a big chance shooting at these guys, and it's kind of like moments like this where I wish I had a priority target to know if the Iowa or Alabama's looking at me, but it looks like these guys have bigger problems on their hands than me. Now I kind of stopped shooting, focused the Iowa. You know what? Make them think I dropped torpedoes. You don't have to send them to make them think that you dropped torps. Just stop shooting for a couple seconds, act like you're dropping torps, and then, turn away. Let him turn, see what he's going to do, and start seeing his pattern. Now, I'm going to take a big chance. Half the reason I didn't drop torps originally was because I knew I was sending torps while there was a friendly in front of me. But what do I do in chat? I tell the guy torps. I ping the map. I let him know I'm sending torps. I'm giving him some sort of warning. But these are still my torpedoes. They are still my responsibility. And if they hit the Missouri and kill the Missouri, it's still my fault. I'm taking a big chance here. Luckily for me, the Missouri reacted to it. These torpedoes are going to connect. And now, time for the post-battle results. 154,000 damage, 1 devastating strike, and with the 4 ships I sent to the bottom of the sea, number 1 on the team with base experience of 2,200. The Kaba did a very nice job also. Here's the money screen. I don't care about it, but I'm going to show it to you guys anyways. 67,000 damage coming, or 67,000 I wish, 16,000 damage coming from main battery, 14 of that high explosives, and 1,800 from armor piercing. But this is why you play a Shimmy. 112,000 damage coming from my torpedoes, 25 from fires and flood, 12 of that from fires, 12 of that from the floods. Now, I really wish my damage upon spotting was a little bit higher than 72,000, but your experience from getting spotting is, well, I'm just going to say this, a fucking joke. They really need to reevaluate damage upon spotting because I think it will encourage destroyers to do that more. I know they're trying to fix smoke, but I really wish they would fix this damage upon spotting also. Really hope you guys enjoyed this replay. We really do appreciate all the support you guys give us. We love the replays you guys send in. The email for that is in the description down below. Please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We're quick to report, slow to compliment. Please hit that like and subscribe button and have yourselves one heck of a great day.